I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEETV in downtown Toronto. Hi, I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto with the founder and CEO of the Nakamura Group, Ken Nakamura. What initially inspired you to start the Nakamura Group?
That's a good question. I have been involved in the distribution game for like 25 years, and it just made a lot of sense to get into production with people that I know, looking at what they're looking at in terms of the type of films that are not being produced. So it was, I think, was the right time.
What types of films in particular are you looking to produce?
Generally provocative films, films that in Canada we are afraid to make. I don't make films about wheat growing on the prairies or the salmon growing in the BC. I tend to gravitate to films that will jar the senses, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about Alice Undone.
Alice Undone, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Part of the problem was trying to find a director that could take it to the edge, and provide the type of images that I'm looking for, and I think I found it in Takashi Miike.
Have you always been a fan of Takashi's work?
Takashi Miike is an anarchist. I mean, he is the epitome of anarchists. He paints the landscape with blood, and he disturbs and pushes you.
What is at the heart of Alice Undone?
Alice Undone is a treatment or an adaptation I wanted to do for a long time. However, we needed a certain director that had the sensibility to really mash it up and push it to the edge. And I think we found that in Takashi Miike with his films such as Sukiyaki Western Django, Ichi the Killer, Audition. This guy is amazing. We take Alice into an adult world with adult sensibilities. It's a world of acid rock, sex. She's a lot more older, and there's a huge following of that genre.
Do you think people will be really surprised by how different it is from the initial Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the initial Looking Glass and Alice in Wonderland, and even Burton's adaptation, was by nature for the G audience, right? We're going to take this to another level, to our audience. I think, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the other projects that you're currently developing.
Well, Fangs of War came from an intern that worked for me 15 years ago, a graduate of York Film School, and he didn't tell me about this project. He sent it silently to my VP of acquisition in Calgary, and Karen says, Ken, this is a really good project. It's great. You should take a read. And I took a read, and I liked it initially. I think it needed a lot more work. It was Nazi-occupied German, Transylvania, 1944. It was too serious. And I thought to bring it to the big stage, I thought it needed to have a little more tongue-in-cheek dialogue. So I decided initially to change Van Helsing from a male character to a female character. And from there, it sort of took off. Right now, we have two studios, one in Belgrade and one in Bucharest, willing to come on board as a partner on this.
Okay, great. And in your film, The Last Druid, Garmores, you also have a strong female protagonist. Is that something that you're looking for in various projects?
Yeah, I was getting really, really tired with American performers giving me the attitude. So I said to my partner, let's forget it. Let's give a Canadian female performer a chance at the lead role. And we cast Melanie St. Pierre, who is from Montreal, now living in Toronto, as a lead.
Awesome.
She looks absolutely fantastic.
Great. Tell me a little bit about the special effects you used on the film.
It was really tough. It was a huge process. The financier of Garmores are basically animators, production IG, who produced Ghost in the Shell and Paltavor for, Mamoru Oshii. So they have a certain way of doing things which is not conducive to live action. So it was a huge learning experience and, let's say, conversations.
What advice would you give to an aspiring producer?
In terms of?
In terms of getting films made.
In terms of getting films made, I think the days of pre-sale financing is over. I think the way that I put together The Last Druid with Production IG and Namco Bandai Games is the way of the future, where they would put up 40% and cash flow it, and I would put up the Canadian tax credits, and I get a gap from Los Angeles Bank. Otherwise, it's just too tough.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and all of your exciting projects online?
Well, you can log on to our website, thenakamuragroup.com.
Thank you so much, Ken. Congratulations, and best of luck with all of your projects.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.